Hello everyone, this is Redstone Chief. Today I'm excited to present to you the fully automatic brewing station. This machine will automatically brew a potion that you choose and then continue to brew that potion forever until you turn the machine off. On the left, you can select your potion. You can see a list of ingredients which each create a potion with a different effect. Simply adjust the pointer in the center to choose the ingredient that you want. Once you are done, head to the right where you can add a few more ingredients to modify your potion. Just flick these levers on to add that ingredient. Once you are done, all you have to do now is turn the machine on by flicking this main lever. While on, the potion brewing machine will start to create your potion, and when finished, will move the potion into this chest. After this is done, the machine will automatically start up another batch of potions and will repeat this cycle forever. When finished, just turn off the main lever. Also, this machine will remember the number of times that you flicked the main lever. So if you instead want a certain number of batches, such as 4, you just need to flick the lever 4 times. After the 4th batch finishes, the machine will automatically stop. The final thing that you need to know in order to use this machine is how to refill the ingredients. If you head on up this ladder, you are led into a room where all of the ingredients are stored in dispensers. When you run out of a certain ingredient, just open the dispenser and you can refill it. Before explaining just how exactly this machine works, I want to point out that this machine was designed to be easy to use and easy to build in survival. I did the best I could to use as few resources as possible, but also make the machine compact and easy to build. In order to make the machine easy to build in survival as possible, I managed to fit almost all of the redstone circuitry at floor level. Although this decision did make the machine less compact than it could have been, it does make it much easier to build in survival. Also, in order to transport the ingredients to the brewing stand, I decided to use water currents instead of a long line of hoppers. Although using a long line of hoppers is completely fine, I felt that using water current to transport the ingredients would save a lot of iron, which is not always easy to come by in survival mode. Finally, I made sure that the water bottle chest, brewing stand, potion chest, and ingredient storage were all located in one convenient area, so that you can easily check on the progress of the machine without having to walk among all of the redstone circuitry hidden away in the back. This machine also handles errors very well. For example, if you accidentally tried to make a potion that doesn't exist or ran out of water bottles, the machine will halt and wait for you to empty the incorrect ingredients in either the brewing stand or the hopper just above the brewing stand. And that's it! If something ever goes wrong while brewing, you can just empty the ingredients and try again. Okay, here you can see all of the redstone making up the potion brewing machine with all of the decorative blocks removed. To start, I will explain how the machine knows which ingredients you have selected. When you select an ingredient, such as sugar, using the item frame selector, the redstone torch powering the sugar dispenser in the back turns off. This is also how you choose your additional ingredients here. When you select an ingredient such as gunpowder, the redstone torch powering the gunpowder dispenser also turns off. Now to explain what happens when the machine turns on. When the machine is turned on with the main lever, it simply sends a redstone pulse all the way to the dispensers storing the ingredients in the back. Since most of the dispensers have a redstone torch sitting directly beneath them, this pulse doesn't do anything. However, since you have turned off the torches for the ingredients you have selected, the dispensers do end up dispensing their ingredients into the water current, where the ingredients are transported to the brewing stand. Once the ingredients have been carried over to the hopper that sits directly above the brewing stand, these ingredients simply wait their turn in the hopper while the brewing stand brews each of the ingredients one at a time. When the last ingredient has finished brewing, a redstone pulse is sent to the hopper located beneath the brewing stand to transport the finished potions to the finished potion chest. Another redstone pulse is also sent to the dispensers that store the ingredients, to start this cycle all over again, but only if the machine is on or has a few more batches to finish first. Otherwise, the redstone signal is blocked, so the machine stops brewing potions and the cycle ends. Finally, this fancy mechanism here in the corner acts as the brains of the automatic potion brewing machine. It counts how many times you have flicked the main lever and also keeps track on whether the machine is on or off. If the machine is on, or a few more batches of potions need to be made first, this mechanism starts up the next potion when the current batch finishes. Before getting started with building the fully automatic brewing machine, you will need the following supplies. Here, you can see that you will need 7 stacks of a building material of your choice. It is fine to replace the glass and glowstone seen here with your building material instead, but I like to use glass when I'm working with water in a redstone build so I don't accidentally break a block that I shouldn't and then cause the water to flow into the redstone and ruin all of my hard work. Also, you will need all of the redstone supplies seen in here. You do not have to use zombie flesh like I did, but you will need to have 54 of some item, which will be used in a hopper timer. Also, you will need 9 of any non-stackable item of your choice. I just chose to use stone swords, since stone swords are easy to make. Finally, you are going to need 30 item frames, along with the 30 different items that go in them. I recommend renaming these potion ingredients so that their name matches the potion it will make. If you don't know which ingredients make which potion, simply copy the same names that I have done here. When the renamed ingredients are placed into an item frame, their name will be displayed, making it much easier to make potions later when you are using the machine. Alright, now we can get started. The first thing you will need to do is mark off a 17 by 15 by 7 area where the automatic brewing machine will be built. Once you have designated your building area, start off by building a 17 block wide and 6 block tall wall. This will be the front of the brewing machine where you select your ingredients. Once you have finished, all that is left to do now to the wall is add on the item frames, levers, redstone lamps, glowstone, and chests so that it looks like this wall here. As I said earlier, the glowstone is optional, but I think the glowstone does a great job at completing the brewing station look. Now that the front of the brewing station is complete, let's build the item frame selector. Head to the back of the item frames and place 2 blocks right here. Then place a comparator on top, facing away from the wall. Make sure that this comparator is placed directly behind the item frame containing the redstone torch, so that the comparator is outputting a redstone signal based on the rotation of the redstone torch. When you are done, place some redstone dust in 2 comparators like this. From here, form a loop of redstone wire that goes 8 blocks out. When you get to the end of the loop, place 2 comparators and a redstone torch right here. And then make sure that you set this comparator into subtraction mode. Now, take your redstone repeaters and place 8 of them along the edge of the redstone loop you just made. Then take 8 blocks and place them in front of the redstone repeaters. On top of each of these blocks, place a redstone torch. When you are done, you will need to place 8 more blocks above the redstone torches, and then put 8 more redstone torches on top of that. To finish things off, place 1 final row of blocks on top of these redstone torches. Above these blocks, you can now place the dispensers that will be used to hold your ingredients. Make sure that each of these dispensers are facing out. You have now completed the item frame selector for the automatic brewing machine, and can test to make sure everything is working. Currently, 1 redstone torch should be on. As you rotate the redstone torch in the item frame, a different one of those redstone torches should turn on. Now to build the selection circuitry for the 5 additional ingredients you can add to your potion. To start, place 5 redstone torches on the wall right here. These torches should be directly behind the levers on the other side of the wall. Then, we place a line of redstone repeaters and redstone dust across this open space for 10 blocks. Once you are done, we are basically just going to build another wall of alternating blocks and redstone torches like we had done before. When you finish, place the rest of your dispensers on top and make sure the dispensers are also facing out. The next step in building the automatic brewing machine is to build the brewing station area. Start by placing a hopper facing into this chest. On top of this hopper, place your brewing stand and then another hopper on top of that. From this hopper, place 2 more hoppers going this way facing into it. Now, place 4 blocks here, and at the ends of each of these blocks, place a redstone torch. Place some redstone dust here and a comparator here, facing out of the hopper. Moving to the left, place 3 blocks in a pattern like this, and then some redstone dust on top. Finish this area by placing a redstone torch right here, and then a redstone repeater next to it facing into this hopper. Now, if you head on over to the front of the machine, you can now place a hopper entering into the brewing stand here, and another hopper here. These are the hoppers that will transport your water bottles from this chest into the brewing station. Moving again to the back of the brewing machine, we can now start to place all of the redstone circuitry. Start by setting up a pulse extender right here. Then place another pulse extender here, and a third pulse extender next to it. This third pulse extender will need a block placed here, and 2 redstone repeaters heading into this block. Now, let's build the hopper timer. From this pulse extender, place a redstone repeater, and in front of it a piece of redstone dust and a block. Place 2 hoppers facing into each other here, and finish the timer with a piece of redstone dust and a redstone torch here. Now, you can place 54 items of your choice into this hopper. The reason you need 54 items is because a brewing stand can brew one ingredient in the time it takes 54 items to transfer from one hopper to another. The next step is to place a redstone torch here. Coming out of this redstone torch, build a monostable circuit in front of it, which looks like a repeater facing into a sticky piston positioned in the floor, with a block on top of it. Place a redstone repeater here and set it to 2 ticks. Now that this is done, place a comparator coming out of this hopper, and in front of the comparator, a block with a redstone torch on it here. Now we are going to build another monostable circuit heading into the third pulse extender you built. Start by placing a redstone repeater facing into a sticky piston positioned in the floor like this. Put a block on top, and then another redstone repeater here set to 2 ticks. Before we get any further, make sure you place another redstone repeater here, also set to 2 ticks, which we will use later. Now we need to build the brains of the automatic brewing machine, which counts how many times the main lever has been flicked and controls the rest of the machine based off of it. Start by directing the redstone current from the main lever down this path. Make sure to place 3 redstone repeaters here so the redstone wire doesn't interfere with the pulse extender you built earlier. Now, place a block here with redstone dust on top, a redstone repeater here with redstone dust behind it, and another redstone repeater here. Both of these repeaters should be set to 2 ticks. Now, place a block here, a monostable circuit here, and a redstone torch here. Place 2 droppers facing into each other here. And now you can place your 9 non-stackable items into the right dropper. Next to the left dropper, place 2 comparators. This comparator needs a monostable circuit in front of it, and this comparator needs a block with a redstone torch. Place some redstone dust in a repeater set to 2 ticks, and then another monostable circuit in front of it. Next, place a comparator and some redstone dust here, and in front of this monostable circuit, a repeater set to 2 ticks and a torch tower, leading all the way up to the dispensers like you've done before. Now, place some redstone dust on all of the dispensers you have built earlier. You will need to place a block in the corner when you get there. When you finish, you will need to place 1 more dispenser on the end with redstone dust on top. This is the dispenser that will hold your nether wart. The final step is to build a water current pathway along all of these dispensers. I recommend using glass blocks for this part so that you can see the water that we will be placing in later. To start, place a glass block here and here, and then form a line of glass blocks all the way down. Once you have built out to 8 blocks, you will need to start a new line of glass 1 block lower. This is because a water current only travels a maximum of 8 blocks. When you have made it this far, you will need to build 1 block lower again. When you have finally built to this wall, direct the current along the wall until you finally reach the hoppers. Now that you are done with the glass, head on back to the top of the dispensers. This is when you can finally place the 3 water source blocks. Alright, now to add on the final touches. We now need to make the refilling room, which is just a matter of placing down a bunch of blocks to form the floor and walls. When you have finished placing all of the blocks for the room, make sure you take the time to place a roof over the water stream you built earlier. This prevents some of the dispensed items from escaping when you turn on the automatic brewing machine. Now that you have finished the room, just add the item frames and ingredients so that you know what each dispenser contains. Make sure that each ingredient is located in the corresponding dispenser as the selection wall in the front. If you don't know the order, just place your ingredients the same way I do and you will be fine. Alright, the only thing left to do until the entire machine is complete is to fill everything up. Start by filling up the dispensers in this room with any ingredients that you have. I will just fill up the nether wart, blaze powder, and redstone dust for this example. Now head to the front, and you can now fill up your water bottle chest with as many water bottles as you can. Also, don't forget to power your brewing stand with blaze powder. And now you are done! Let's test out the machine. I will select a potion of strength, and also select redstone dust to lengthen my potion. Now I can turn the machine on. If everything is working properly, the automatic brewing machine will now produce a continuous supply of extended strength potions. All I have to do now is wait. And as you can see, the fully automatic brewing machine is successfully working. Also, to make sure that the brewing machine's counting memory is working, I will now test to make sure that it will brew exactly 3 potions if I flick this lever 3 times. And just as I expected, the machine stopped brewing after making 3 batches of potions. Well everyone, that is all I have. I hope you have enjoyed this video and can use this fully automatic brewing station in your own worlds. Good luck building, and I will see you next time.